Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on July 2nd. Let's jump right into these charts and see what happened in the markets today. We did see cattle prices showing a nice rally here today. Both feeders and fats picking up some of the ground that they gave back yesterday. August live cattle here up on the board to start us off. We did see a little bit of downside early this morning, but a nice late day recovery. Saw prices closing up here near the high of the day. Looking like the bulls are getting this thing back on track and going to continue this next leg higher. If we take a look here on our lower time frame, we can see how off the opening range this morning, we did see that breakdown below this prior day's low at 210.45, causing a nice flush down right here into this prior week's point of control. Bulls stepping in, continuing to defend this line here down near 209 and that 50-day moving average we see here on this higher time frame. You can see that low of the day coming in here just right on top of that 50-day average and finding that support here right at this prior week's value area and point of control. Good snapback recovery from there. Off of those lows today, we did see price rallying back a little over $3.5. So looking like those bulls are getting right back on track and going to start heading this market, pushing this market back up here towards these recent highs. And as long as we can get some more bids above this bull pivot and this current week's high up here at 214.5, we should see this market start to coast back up here towards these all-time highs. Big picture uptrend remains intact. Bulls continue to defend all these key levels and finding good support here in all the right areas. Look for this cattle market to continue rallying here through the end of the week. Feeders next on the board here. We did have another nice recovery in the feeder market as well. This market was a little bit stronger here today, not given as much back here. We did get a brief undercut of that prior day's low, but price rallying back, completely engulfing the prior day's action. Getting a nice close up here at 309 above this bull pivot at 308. Bulls are right back on track here and should continue to push this feeder market back up as well. Both fats and feeders looking strong and healthy here. Good support in all the right areas. Look for this upside to continue here into the end of the week. Over to the corn market now. Nice snapback rally here in the corn market after putting in new contract lows yesterday. We did see price trading throughout most of the prior day's range, but having a nice snapback rally, closing up here right at this 20-day moving average, and even getting a little bit of follow through here in this evening session so far. This was a pretty quick rally back here, but this market was just coming off of some oversold levels, so this relief rally was to be expected. We still do have a lot of overhead supply to chew through, and this big picture downtrend is still intact and keeping this market capped. We do expect to see some resistance here. It's a pretty wide zone, but anywhere from 434 up into this 50-day moving average and this declining trend line. Big wide area here. Look for price to kind of balance out, and we should start to see these bears start to push back and continue to drive this market lower. But we just want to make sure we see this market balance out, get a little bit of back and forth here, and once we start to see a break back down here below 434, we should see this market resume this big picture downtrend. In the event of this market pushing above this 50-day moving average and breaking out of this downtrend line, we could see a nice little snapback rally up here towards the top end of this prior range, up here in the mid 450s. So something to be on the lookout for in the event of a breakout above this trend line. But in the meantime, until that happens, we do expect to see the bears put up a fight here and continue driving this market lower. Over to the oil market now. Price finally getting out of this range we've been in for the past 5 days. Price consolidating in about a $2 range for the last 5 days here, tightening up. Showing a nice breakout here today, getting above that 66.5. At the moment, we should see this follow through into tomorrow. We could see this market drive up here near 70. That's going to be the bulls' next target after getting above the 66.5. Look for them to keep driving up here towards 70. But we'll have to just wait and see, as we do have a lot of this overhead supply from this big breakdown following the U.S. involvement in the Iran situation after that bombing run a couple weekends ago. This is where we saw this big sell-off off of that peak, and we should see plenty of supply up here, so this is going to be a tough thing to chew all the way back through. Do expect to see this market try and get up here near 70, but going to have a hard time getting through all this prior supply. Not a whole lot of upside is to be expected. The anticipation here is to see this market get back stuck into this prior range between 66, 65-ish and 72 to 73. This is going to be an area where we've seen price get stuck here in the last year, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this market continue to hang steady right around this mid 60s to low 70s mark. Over to the equity markets now. This S&P index did hang steady over the last couple days, but showing a nice breakout above that prior day's high up there near 62.60. Nice rally up here into new all-time highs as we continue to push into them here in the overnight session. Look for the upside to continue. Each of these indexes just picking up some ground here today, showing a nice recovery or continued uptrend here, continued upside. The Dow was a little weaker on the day, just balancing out, but just right here near these all-time highs. This big picture uptrend should continue. Nice low volatility grind higher is to be anticipated. We are seeing a little bit of overextended levels, so a little bit of a breakdown would be welcome to give us a little bit of a pullback here and offer a nice healthy uptrend to continue. Over the long haul, we do expect to see this uptrend keep grinding up into all-time highs. But we do have some big news events to keep an eye on for tomorrow. We do have non-farms, unemployment rates, and jobless claims all coming out tomorrow before the open. So definitely an opportunity to bring in a little bit of volatility and push this market back a little bit off of this recent rally where we've seen several days, almost 2 weeks straight up here in this S&P index. And all three of these indexes showing nice rallies here over the last couple weeks. A pullback would be welcome, but this nice low volatility grind higher is something you don't really want to get in front of. Be on the lookout for some volatility with those news events tomorrow. This is the last closing comments for the week, as we will be off on Friday for the July 4th holiday. So everyone have a good trading session tomorrow, and enjoy your long weekend with the 4th of July. That's all we got. Have a good night, everyone.